Yo, what's going on, guys? It's Brev. Welcome to What Would Brev Do, episode 25. This is a series where I, a top player, walk you through an entire ranked seasons game from start to finish and talk about what's going on in my head the entire time. If you guys are new to the channel, a subscription would be much appreciated. I post a ton of MLB The Show 20 content that I'm sure you'll enjoy, and drop a like on the video. Helps me out a ton. All that good YouTube stuff. So today we're going to be re-evaluating the opener. I did one of these What Would Brev Do episodes earlier in the year using an opener. But I think openers are a little better now. We got cards like Framber Valdez in the game now, which help a lot with this strategy. Platooning has become more of a thing since the starting pitcher energy nerfs. And in general, I just think it's better than it was before. There's a lot of very platoony guys in people's lineups, specifically Mondesi and Ramirez, who I will talk about. So that's the goal of the video today. For the lineup, we're just using a bunch of guys whose prestiges I haven't finished yet. Dawson is 4 hits away, so if somehow we go 4 for 4 or something, we'll get Prestige Dawson at the end of this as well. So there's a couple ways you can look at using an opener. I just wanted to show you the pitcher energy I have right now. I created this. I obviously have starters that have full energy, but openers may be good in a situation like this where you have both a righty and a lefty that are like one start away from being able to go. The opener can allow you to eat a couple innings, 1 or 2 innings, and then throw your less energized pitcher out there while the other guy sits, and then the game afterwards you can throw that guy who should have full energy. So that's one of the ways you can use an opener. But I think it's not the main reason an opener is good right now, and I don't even know how good an opener is. I just know it's better than before. But one of the main reasons why an opener may be good is because of Mondesi and Ramirez being in the meta right now, which is what I said earlier. You can throw a reliever for an inning and see if they have Mondesi and J-Ram, and then you can go to a right-handed starter to counter those 2 cards. And if not, then you can go to a left-handed starter after your opener. But I'm using Framber Valdez because I think the card's cool in this video. Holy lag, we are out of here so fast. That guy must be playing in another country, bro. I'm using Framber for the video because I think he's a cool card. I actually think he's pretty good. He reminds me a lot of a reliever, Lodolo, and I love Lodolo, so that's high praise. But in general, I think if you're going to do an opener, I think you should use a standard right-handed relief pitcher, maybe someone like Mariano Rivera, Kenley Jansen. I don't know about Goose because Goose is so good. But I would try to go with a righty because the problem with going with someone like Valdez is that if they do have Mondesi, they're usually batting him at the top of their lineup. And so they're probably going to get an AB on you with Mondesi versus a lefty by throwing a lefty opener. So if it were you, I would suggest to use a righty opener. But like I said, Framber's fun, and Framber has the added advantage of the really high stamina where he could eat 3, 4, 5 innings if your opponent's being really aggressive and not seeing the ball well. So that's an upside that a standard reliever with like 30 stamina does not have, because Framber does have 74 stamina. Unfortunately, the only high stamina, like 70-plus relief pitcher that's right-handed right now in the game is still the 86 postseason Charlie Morton. So I probably wouldn't recommend using him. I'd rather just go with a standard righty reliever. Maybe we'll get a righty reliever with more stamina later on. Finally got into the game. We're playing Jay Parks. This name looks familiar. I don't know if this is a Twitch viewer or not. But you can see right away, no J-Ram, no Mondesi. And a lot of his lineup is even or worse against lefties. So this is a good spot for Valdez. We also have Leiter on the back end, who is going to be the guy that we are going to try to go to after Framber. You can see you start out with only 6, which is kind of scary, but Leiter is going to be our guy. We would warm him up, but let's try to get a couple innings out of Framber. All right, talking about offense, even though this is more of a pitching strategy episode, Blyleven not great in the meta right now, struggles to get righties out, and there's a lot of good righties that crush righties, so I like this matchup. Going to be good for us for Ellsbury and all of our lefties in the lineup. As far as hitting Blyleven, it's really opponent dependent. So, me personally, I throw a lot of curveballs with Blyleven, but it looks like this guy is trying to save the curveball for 2 strikes, so We'll see what he throws here, but I'm pretty sure it's going to be some sort of curveball based on the way he sequenced those first 4 pitches. It was. We're able to check swing that because we had an educated guess at the curveball there, and now he may just go back to the 4-seam. He did not. He went to the 12-6. So that's a 6-pitch walk where it technically didn't swing the bat, but there was a lot going on there, and we basically generated that walk based on picking up on his sequencing immediately. So good stuff from the batter's perspective right away here. Could be looking to steal with J-Ram here as well. I don't know what that PCI placement was. 0-2 now, got to protect. Got to watch the stuff in the dirt. Since I did check swing at that, I have kind of shown him that I may swing at it, so he may try that. Good pitch. This is why you need to be able to steal. I was being a little... sorry. I was being a little lazy with it. But that's just a great pitch. That's about as good as we can hit it, and by not stealing, we left ourselves open to the double play. So the walk is for naught, but thankfully it's a long game. But as usual in these episodes, we're trying to be patient and pick up on tendencies. That J-roll at bat was just a little bit different because I picked up on a tendency almost immediately from his sequencing. When you're facing someone like Blyleven that has such a clear best pitch, which is his curveball, and they don't throw it like the first 4 pitches, then you can almost always expect them to be saving it for a punch out or something. That comes with a lot of experience of hitting Blyleven last year too. Blyleven's card last year was one of the best pitchers in the game for a long time. Great 3-1 pitch there. I don't really know what I'm looking for here. I'm going to assume it's off speed, but we'll see. It was not. It was a low fastball that we reacted to, and it's going to be an out. Oh, and he botched it. Can we go to third here? All right, he didn't pick it up right away, so we can go to third. That is also Ty Cobb. Make sure you know who your opponent's outfielders are. Because that's Cobb, we know he's going to throw it in slowly. That was a bit unfortunate for him. Cobb usually makes that play. I don't know if because Kaufman's outfield is so big, but that was very, very lucky for us. He should have been out of the inning for sure. And then we're early on the 12-6. This guy has gotten very unlucky the last 2 at-bats. We'll take it. Nice little ribby for Frank. I still love this Jacoby card so much, man. This is a great spot to be aggressive, too. He's probably tilted. Yeah, it was. We just missed. It's okay. You guys know the mechanics aren't always there. But that's an absolutely perfect spot to be hunting fastball first pitch because he's probably mad about the last sequence and he's more susceptible to kind of just hose this one there. Alright, so Fromber, a lot like Lodolo, he's pausing the game here, which makes me wonder if he's checking my infield. Ty Cobb, obviously 99 speed, 99 bunting, very easily could lay one down here, so because he paused, I'm just going to go ahead and move my second baseman in to try to counter that. And because we did that, I'm going to try to pitch him a little more away in this at-bat because I don't really want him to pull a screamer right at my second baseman with him playing in like that, so we'll try to stay away. This is just tough. Ty Cobb is such a tough out because you can't really walk him because it's going to turn into a double. But yeah, this Fromber card I really like, man. Good per nines, actually really high control ratings as well, and the same repertoire pretty much as Nick Lodolo, like I said earlier. So I'm a big fan. Again, trying to stay away from this guy. Let's go change up one more time because he's probably going to be early. I missed my spot. He was early. Let's just double up on that. He was very early, so it's going to be a big adjustment for him if he makes it. And he did not. So the reason I chose to double up there is because he was so far off from timing up the changeup that I didn't think, even if he tried to make an adjustment, I didn't think it would be a good enough adjustment to crush the pitch. So that's why we went double changeup there. Pitching to Trout now. I generally been trying. Wow, that sentence went 100 different ways. I've been trying to pitch Trout more inside because he's just so good at swinging at pitches away with early timing and pulling them for home runs. This is a dumb pitch as well. I don't know why I threw this. Yep. Very lucky again. This guy should be seeing nothing but changeups until he shows me otherwise. Trying to front door a sinker 0-2 there is about the worst pitch I could have thrown. Kind of just autopilot talking there. But yeah, I've been trying to pitch Trout inside because he's so good at pulling things early for bombs, and that's really frustrating. Definitely really frustrating at times, although I get my share of Trout early swing bombs as well. Just early on the changeup there, so a bit of an adjustment. Let's try the curve, slow it down even more. Good hit from him. He was on top of it. Framber's curve actually breaks quite a bit. More than you would think it does. So he had a bit of PCI issues there. Alright, so he's adjusting. He's now late on a changeup. I've said before, being late on off speed is not really something you want to see from your opponent. That's kind of a scary thing to see. Because when your opponent's late on off speed, it means they saw the pitch very, very well. So the fact that he was very late on that changeup is actually pretty scary. We need to start weaving in more hard stuff again. Since is he stealing here? I think he's stealing. Good mind games. That was the first time he took the lead. Took a lead at first. He should send the runner here. 3-2, 2 outs. He did not, and we catch him looking. Nice. So I don't know if he was sitting change up there, but we did catch him looking with the sinker. Again, a lot of pitching. You guys see it in a ton of these videos I post. A lot of pitching is trying to anticipate what your opponent's looking for and what they are trying not to hit, and then you want to throw that. So that was a roller coaster of a first inning on the mound, but we escape with only a dribbler single, and we got a punch out looking on Jimmy Fox with a lefty, which is hype. So because of that, I'm gonna let Framber keep going. Sorry guys, I'm coming down from a sickness. Normally, if you're using like a standard righty reliever, you'd want to just like take them out as soon as you're able to pinch hit for them. Pudge's swing is so slow. So like this would be a good inning to have someone warming up usually if you're going to do an opener, because basically you just want to pinch hit as soon as you can and get your reliever out of there. Now that we know he has no Mondesi, no J-Ram in the lineup, we can just go to a lefty. But like I said, Framber is going to pitch a few innings for us in this one because I really want to. I think it's fun. Up the middle, base hit. That's a PP for Brett. Love to see it. You notice he's floating a lot of 12-6s, and I'm swinging at them early in the count. It's just because that's not a good pitch from Bert. It's easily his worst pitch. The two curveball dynamic is nice from Blyleven, but you really need to establish the regular curveball a lot more than this guy has been doing so far this game. So it's been very easy for me to recognize the 12-6 out of the hand because it's a lot more loopy, and I'm not having to speed my bat up a bit to try to hit the regular curveball. You notice the difference immediately there in those last two pitches. The regular curveball is so much sharper that you really have to account for it, usually, but he just hasn't been throwing it enough. Very early on the four-seam there. Probably another curveball here. That was a change. Just missed it. I've been struggling so much with this player of the month, Correa. I think I've been like 10 hits away from his prestige forever, and I think it's in my head. Like I just can't figure it out for those last 10 hits. All right, 2 outs, pitcher up. Gonna take till 2 strikes here. No real upside to swinging early in the count, as I always say in these situations. A couple of four seams or a couple of fastballs there from him. Good pitching. Now he might try to throw off speed, get confidence. And that's what we don't want to do. We don't want to swing and miss because we just gave him curveball confidence. But I did my best to hit it. I really was trying to hit it. The goal is to try to hit the ball when you swing. That's what you can take away. If you take one thing away from this episode, it's that if you try to hit the ball when you swing, it's one of the best things you can do. This guy's being hyper patient in this Babe Ruth at bat. I'm not really sure what this change in approach is telling me. That's a tough at bat right there for us. I mean, drop the sinker on him 0-2, perfect pitch, and he hits it late the other way. Big tough. Back to the change, and he pops it up. So he's having a bit of PCI issues, you can tell. He swung over the top of the curveball, which was a single, but he still missed with his PCI. You could tell by the way it came off the bat. And then just now, good timing on the changeup, but popped it up, so well under it. So this may be a good opportunity for us to start weaving in some four-seam fastballs at the classic unit circle areas. Pi over 6, 5 pi over 6, 7 pi over 6, 11 pi over 6. Could be very good against this guy because he seems like a jammer with his PCI. We don't want to throw it there, but even there, that was a bad pitch, and his PCI is still not all the way there. So maybe better to pitch this guy off the corners is the point of what I'm getting at. Last time we went 3-2 front door sinker, so let's go front door changeup. Good on him timing me up to steal, and that allowed him to not ground into a double play. So he did exactly the opposite of what we did in the first inning, and he then avoided the double play. Now we're going to walk his cap, though. Runner in scoring position, 8-hole up. I would rather just pitch to the pitcher, let him turn the lineup over. We're also going to put the outfield shallow, just in case he decides he wants to try and bloop one on us with his pitcher. And because it's the pitcher, we are going to start throwing pitches that I want to build confidence with, because you do get confidence with individual pitches, throwing strikes, even though it is to the opponent's pitcher. So we're going curveballs, changeups. Probably weave in a sinker here. Seems like he's just taken, so throw get me over. And let's just throw another sinker. He's having trouble squaring it up even with hitters. Yeah, popped him up. Good. So we escape again, scoreless. Frommer, 34 pitches in the yellow energy is fine. He's probably going to go 3 or 4 for us. He can throw about 50, 60 pitches before getting in the red. But we will start to get Al Leiter up just in case we have a big inning here. We can bring him in afterwards. Another 12-6 first pitch. Get over his head. Nice job, J-roll. This is a triple. Maybe. This is a risky send. Jeez. Oh, that's awful. If I was coaching myself, I'd yell at myself there. There's no reason to do that. I just thought it'd be fun to hit a leadoff triple. I don't know. Top player, by the way. So what I just did, don't do that. Don't make the first and second out of an inning at third base. If we were at second base here, we'd be tagging up to third, and we'd have 93 speed on third base with 1 out. So that's awful. I don't know what to say. Give me a break, dudes. I really thought I was going to be in there, you know? Sometimes you just think you're going to be in there, and then you're not in there. Welcome to my life. He's pitching slightly disrespectfully this inning as well. I mean, that first pitch to J-roll was right there, and then the 2 pitches to Dawson were also right there. Still not a lot of primary curveballs. I'm not sure why. There's one. Like, look how good that pitch was. I'm not sure why you'd use Blyleven and not throw more curveballs. It's easily his best pitch, but maybe he's just testing stuff out. That was a disgusting pitch. So we're very late on a fastball, so he may double up here, thinking I can't turn. I try to check swing that. What an atrocious inning, dude. Nobody saw that. Okay, moving on from that. Back to pitching, because we like pitching sometimes. As you can tell, I haven't been playing as much recently because of the sickness, which is not an excuse, but I'm saying it as if it is an excuse, because technically I'm making excuses. Oh, it's fair. That's tough. You should get him with Larry, though. Yeah. Alright. Early swing changeup. 99 speed on first. We got to watch the runner now. People usually don't steal first pitch, so I just kind of squeeze that in there. And now we got to start watching him. I don't really know what he's looking for here. He may still be looking for the off speed. He was early there, I believe. Good check swing, though. How can we get a double play here as well? Let's try this up and away. I do try to mix in slide steps and non-slide steps, even with a guy with 99 speed. Just in case, like sometimes they'll just fall asleep and just assume you're going to slide step and then they won't steal. He had good timing on that, but swung and missed, which means his PCI was nowhere close. So again, PCI issues for my opponent. Last time we went slide step changeup. So slide step sinker, so now we want to go slide step changeup. Just trying to mix it up here. Hold the ball a bit. This is actually a scary enough at bat where I don't know if I care if he steals, but that ended up working out super well. J-roll taking one from the team to turn the double play. Mickey's so scary there that I feel like I would rather just get the out, but that ended up being perfect. He swung early at the low and away sinker, and we turned it. So that's good. Al Leiter's still warming up, by the way. Hopefully we go through 6 batters here and can take Fromber out. Although he has been pitching an absolute gem. 3 innings, no runs, just a couple of singles given up. Absolutely perfect. So this is a situation too, because our opener went so deep into the game, you can make the argument for either just using your bullpen this entire game and saving your starters, or you can make an argument for bringing in a righty starter instead of a lefty. His lineup is slightly worse against lefties in general. Man, 3 fastballs. But this deep in the game, he's going to start pinch hitting soon, and most likely if he's not starting J-Ram and Mondesi, they're probably on his bench. So you could, long story short, am I out again, dude? Please get back. Oh my god, my base running this game. Send help. That one wasn't even really my fault. Like, I don't know how I wasn't going to be in there at second, but I could just tell when he came up throwing. He got a really good animation off the wall. That's tough. But yeah, but you can make the assumption that he's got J-Ram Mondesi on his bench, which we can actually check. He has Mondesi, not J-Ram. So yeah, maybe the righty starter's better, but we're just going to roll with Leiter. That was a long story too. Say you could do other things than bring in Leiter here because our opener did so well. Jacoby to center. That's getting caught. Just missed it. We're taking really good swings, and we're not scoring much because we're stupid. So pro tip number 2, if you take a second thing away from this video at all, it's don't be stupid. This is the content you guys watch for, I believe. Did Pudge just hit that out with a late side of good? I am so confused by the entire universe right now. Thank you for throwing that into my PCI, though. That's the beauty of starting the PCI up, is sometimes they just hose it right there. But yeah, you can tell before that Pudge swing, I'd imagine he'll make an adjustment now, but he was kind of erring on the side of just pounding the zone, pitching a little disrespectfully to me before that Pudge swing. Maybe he knows me. Maybe I've just been super patient and taking a lot of pitches that people would probably normally swing at. So he is definitely pitching around George Brett a little more carefully in this at bat, though, for sure. See, that's a beautiful pitch. You got to throw that curveball more with Blyleven, man. That's a disgusting pitch. If he threw that with 2 strikes, I'd have no chance. Do you guys want to see a Blyleven? What would Brev do? I know you guys asked for that, but I kind of already did Luzardo, and it's not that much different. I could also do the new Charlie Morton postseason, who's also a curveball primary, but his curveball is a lot slower with a lot more breaks, so it's not really the same concept. Maybe I'll do Charlie instead, because I like Charlie Morton. Alright, I'm staying at first. Oh, and then he botches it, and then I try to go to second. I'm staying at first base. No more base running errors. I will just accept the fact that I'm not going to hit a double there instead of running myself into an out for the 3rd time in 4 innings. I am content with just not making an out there. And a good swing from Carlos. Unfortunately, right to second base. So Fromber's going to go a 4th inning. Since we did not end up pinch hitting, we're also going to warm up a normal reliever to maybe try to get us through if this gets a little dicey. I'll go with Kenley. I'd rather save Mo and Gossage for later. But if this inning starts to get a little hairy, I don't really want to double switch. And my pitcher spot's up next inning, so I don't really want to throw Leiter in this inning necessarily because I'm going to die for this. Oh! Oh! Top player. How am I so good and bad all at the same time? This is incredible. Okay. That felt good. I'm the best worst player that's ever lived. Alright. Anyway, if the inning gets out of hand, I don't want to go to Leiter because I'm giving up an out pretty much the very next inning. So I'd rather go to a normal reliever than pinch hit for that reliever. And then, that was a bad 0-2 pitch. And then go from there. Bring Leiter in for the 5th. But yeah, 4 strong from Fromber so far. Probably don't want to jinx it by saying that, but I don't know. Every time I've pitched with this card, he's done well. Like I said, very, very reminiscent of a Lodolo, and I absolutely adore Nick Lodolo on this game. Really, really a weapon when you can get, you know, a start like this out of a relief pitcher card, especially with the upside it brings to you of knowing your opponent's lineup, and if they're platooning people, you can counter it, and you have all those options. I think openers are actually really fun. So, are they the best move competitively? That remains to be seen, but I do think they are very, very fun, and I will be using them a lot. Another upside to openers, which I didn't talk about in the opener of this video, is that relievers recover energy a lot faster than starters do. So, like, even though Fromber's approaching the red energy here, it's only going to take like 1 or 2 games of him just chilling in the bullpen for him to be full energy. So really, let's check his bullpen, see if he's warming people up. Nobody's warm, therefore we walk him to his pitcher again. You could say this is a douchey move, but this is how I play, man. He could still pinch hit with no one warming up, and then in that case we may have to just go to Jansen here. This is a very risky play by me. I was betting on the fact that he would not pinch hit, but if he does pinch hit, we have options. He'd probably go with Mondesi here, and then we go with Jansen. Definitely not trying to pitch to Mondesi with a tired lefty and the bases loaded at Kauffman Stadium. Definitely trying to avoid that situation. He ends up going Hornsby. Alright. We'll leave Fromber in. This may be stupid, but it's not as scary as Mondesi. Hornsby technically has reverse splits a little bit, so it's not even that bad, but nice. Got him to pop out. What an outing from Fromber. Beautiful. 4 shutout innings. Now the question is, do I even go to Allider? I feel like I do. He does still have Sheffield and Mondesi on the bench, but like I said, his whole lineup basically is worse against lefties for the most part. I forgot to change my bench. This bench is so bad. Dude. Oh my god. This is non-prestige K-line, by the way, when I have prestige K-line. Holy cow. Okay. Let's go Glaber. Dude. How unprepared for this video was I? Jeez Louise. Okay. Sit Jansen down. We'll go with Leiter, because the majority of his lineup is worse against lefties. Attribute-wise, I know you guys are going to say, well, he's got a lot of righties, so why would you throw a lefty? But with righties with reverse splits like Trout, Tatis, I generally throw lefties at him because I'd rather play the attribute game than the handedness game. Just my style. Nice little cut to center field by Glaber there. I wish I had an actual bench. I mean, the bench could be worse. I do have Rousseau if he does go to a lefty and stuff, but big yikes. This is how many mistakes can Brev make in one video. This is what this is turning into. Good thing we're pitching well. Fromber 4 shutout innings is honestly so cool. And he hits J-roll. Okay, now we need to be looking to steal, especially with the sinker cutter style of Romo, the slow finesse pitcher. Or I'm going to swing for his pitch. That was right there, though. It's very easy to roll stuff over. Swinging early against Romo was my logic there, but he just hosed me one and I was just late. Alright, Larry Walker. I might start taking leads just to make him think I'm thinking about stealing. But he's doing a great job of watching my runner, which is why I haven't taken off yet. 2-0 to Larry. We may just chill on this pitch, although I really do want to swing. Just pick off. That's the first time he took a lead and then didn't go back. It's a good pick off there. We'll be a little slower here, act like we're trying to time him up. We maybe did actually time him up a bit there. So we'll try it again. A lot of mind games going on the base paths right now. Slide step? No. God, cutter. If that was a sinker, I would have destroyed that. Bad at bats for me, honestly. Pretty bad inning overall. All right, Al Leiter coming in the 5th inning after 4 strong from Fromber. Let's not ruin it, Al. What do you say? I have quite a bit of trouble pitching with Al Leiter. The no changeup seems to hurt a lot. But I also haven't used him in a long time, so maybe my brain is fresh and he'll do well. Hopefully. Good start going 2-0 to a guy with 99 speed, though. Nice. There we go, Al. Nice little 4-seamer right there. It's probably a dumb pitch because my second baseman is in. Yep, he perfect line-outs. Dude, this is crazy. This might be one of the first episodes ever where I'm actually getting outplayed, but I'm the one getting lucky and still winning even though I'm getting outplayed. This guy has got to be furious. Wow. Yeah, it doesn't happen often, but I'm getting outplayed right now. And we're winning 2-0. And that was an amazing swing. Backdoor slider to Trout. And he crushed it to dead center. Probably another perfect. Good job, Jay Parks. Dang. All right. Leiter after Fromber maybe isn't the best combination of pitchers as well because, you know, sinker primary lefty is the same pitcher that Fromber is. He's not really seeing anything different except for like a cutter. I don't know what he's looking for. I'm pretty confused by his at-bats, actually. I don't know. My guy's jamming it down, crushing sliders, perfect, and then the next at-bat, he looks lost. I don't know. But long story short, the way we're going to win this game is by scoring more than 2 runs. So we need to figure it out on offense. We need to stop making mistakes. I'm laughing it off because that's what I do, but if I was like in a competitive situation, like laughing about that is not okay. Like, I'm literally throwing the game by being stupid, so let's stop doing that. Alright, we give up the solo shot to Trout. Probably should have given up 2 solo shots. And now it's really awkward with Leiter because we may end up pinch hitting after 1 inning, which is why I say sometimes you may just want to roll with the whole bullpen. Because now we're getting into like the 6th and 7th, and I kind of don't want to pinch hit because Leiter hasn't pitched very much, and he's going to lose his energy as if he had. So this is the weird part of using an opener. 3-0 to Frank again. I'm just going to take till 2 strikes now. Hopefully he walks me with Jacoby on deck. He did not. Came right at me, as he should. Don't know what he's going to throw here. Probably something hard. Nope, slider right down the middle. Good thing he missed his spot on that, because I was dead wrong. Alright, Frank, way to get it right back, buddy. Love to see it. Jacoby with 1,000 slugging on the dot. Let's make that go up. He just doubled up on that pitch after I crushed it, which is pretty unusual. Don't know what I'm looking for there, 0-1. Probably cutter now since, yep. Cutter in the same spot he threw it to Walker. That's literally the pitch I thought he would throw, but I missed it again. It's a very hard pitch to square up, especially when you're protecting against the sinker. Good pitch, man. We know he's going to go to that from now on as well, so that may provide us information later in the game. Pudge again! This guy is my worst hitter all year, and then he just hits 2 solo bombs in this episode. I love it, man. Maybe Pudge has to play at Kauffman Stadium to not get screwed on his BABIP. Maybe that's the secret. Alright, Pudge carrying the team was not a direction I thought this video was going, but I will take being up 4-1. Being up 4-1 makes it a lot easier to make the decision to leave Al Leiter in as well. We have a little bit more leverage to kind of jump a pinch hit, I guess you could say, even though it is only a 3-run lead. It's not as bad as it would have been. 3-1 I'm taking again. Romo, a little known thing about Romo too on this game is Romo has some of the lowest stamina in the game. So working the count versus Sergio Romo is actually a pretty good approach, even more so than against other pitchers. Late side of good. Nothing we can do there. Good at bat. Cutter away. 2 cutters away. All right. So we learned some stuff there. If he misses his spot first pitch, he's going to double up with the pitch he was trying to throw. That's what we learned there. I do that a lot myself as well. So we get some info even though we hit a lazy ground out in a 1-0 count when we probably shouldn't be swinging. All right, Leiter versus Babe. Babe surprisingly 2 for 2, despite me having a lefty on the mound all game. One of them was a very cheap hit though, if I'm being honest. As you can see, the way I'm pitching with Leiter is really just sinker, cutter, 4-seam. His curveball does break a lot, but it's not something you want to throw a lot. It's kind of like the 12-6 for Blyleven. So I'm throwing a ton of fastballs with Leiter whenever I'm pitching with him. And then I try to mix in the slider when I think they're looking cutter because it's slower, which is what I try to do to Trout, but he ended up crushing it. Caught him looking there, though. I don't know if he was looking for a sinker. If I threw a sinker at that tunnel that he just struck out on, it probably would have been a ball, so I can't even really say that was a bad take if he was looking sinker there. So, tries up and away 4-seam. As I do with Maddox as well, Leiter's another guy where it's great to mix in the 4-seam quite a bit because people's PCIs are going to be sitting sinker cutter. He obviously missed that one just a little bit for him to hit it as weakly as he did with where that pitch was located. So we go right back to it. And looks like he missed it again with his PCI. High sinker there. This is a pitch I've learned to love a lot too, is the cutter that just stays spinning above the zone. I have loved this pitch so much. You kind of have to throw it in a way that it looks like it's going middle though, kind of like here. Let's see if I can hit this spot. Because sometimes if they're like expecting you to drop it in on them with like a slider, it's just spinning so it looks like it's going to break down, but it never does. That guy just absolutely torched all the tunneling I just tried to do and still lined out. This guy's actually hitting so well. I'm going to leave a Leiter in because he's leading off the inning. This guy is hitting much better than 1 run, 6 hits, let me tell you. We are getting very lucky this game. Not pinch hitting here is debatable as well. Could try to put the foot on the gas here. He actually does go to a reliever. But I want to try to get some innings out of Leiter. Like I said, like you can really use an opener to try to like reset your energy on both bullpen and rotation at the same time. So maybe we'll try to go the whole game with just Fromber and Leiter. We'll see how it ends up playing though. Obviously, if it gets hairy, we're going to bring in some of our goon relievers. Also, I don't have 99 Billy in the bullpen for this game because I'm trying to save him at full energy for another video I'm trying to do. So if you didn't see Billy there, that's why we have Chapman and Crochet as our lefties, I believe, but Crochet is pretty much out of energy. First time facing this postseason Matzik, who I actually think is a pretty good card on paper. Good 4-seam cutter speed differential. So I'm just trying to take in this experience right now because I've never faced this card. Nice little backdoor cutter. I swung just over the top of it. Good play by Tatis. Dang it, dude. That's about as well as you can swing at that, honestly. Dawson 0 for 3. Not quite the 4 for 4 in the prestige we were looking for. The problem with Matzik, though, is you kind of are forced into 4-seam cutter. So you're going to give up a lot of bombs to people that are guessing, which is kind of the same with Dibble, but good slider there. I don't know how I didn't foul that or anything. Figured he'd go up. That's my fault. I got what I was looking for, but I didn't have the discipline to lay off when it was nowhere near the zone. Sometimes you know too much information. He tried the up slider that I just threw to him that he crushed. Oh, disgusting. Good pitching, bro. I should swing the bat there, but I'm not doing anything with that pitch anyways, if we're being honest. That's just an insane pitch. All right, Leiter going into the bottom of the 7th, facing 8-9-1 and a pinch hitter who will probably be Sheffield. I can't imagine he'll use Mondesi. That's that cutter I was saying. I accidentally threw it that time, but the cutter just above the zone, I swear people swing at it so much. It's one of my new favorite pitches. Sometimes people do perfect it for a home run, and that can be frustrating, but He did go Mondesi. Okay, this is good for us. This is very good because he loses his pinch runner here. I don't know if he's going to bunt. I wouldn't bunt here. I definitely, if I was him, would go Sheffield here because you lose a lot of versatility using Mondesi here, especially in a 3-run game when there's nobody on base. It seems like he's trying a little bit too hard with Mondesi as well. Let's try this again, see if he does it again. I really... Maybe I'm opening Pandora's box with this pitch, but this pitch has been so much fun for me. Like, it's just blueprint for lazy fly out or a pop out or something, and then you can drop the sinker. Oh, look at that pitch. Did we find the best new pitch in the game? Should I clickbait this? What would Brev do, number 25? And then hit caps lock. And then say, we found the new most disgusting pitch in MLB The Show 20. Must watch insane gameplay. What do you guys think of that title? I mean, you should know that that's the title already because you've seen it. But that's the title we're going with. Lighter dealing. Sorry guys, I'm in a weird mood. Top of the 8th, still only up by 3. We will get the bullpen going here. Here's Chappy Chap, big old Chap, big Chap. We'll go our own Chap and Mo, and then we probably want to try to close with Goose. Ideally, we won't have to use a reliever next inning, but it is a close enough game where we probably don't want to be reckless. Dude, I am so off. Okay, let's figure this out. I would just throw that again if I was him. He's trying to stay one step ahead. Good job. I gotta imagine he's just going right back to it. 2-seam. This guy's very erratic with his sequencing after the first inning. That's just... I mean, this guy is the king of just dotting pitches with 2 strikes. Like... Front door slider right there. What am I supposed to do with that? Good stuff. Alright, Frank's 3 for 3. I wish Frank Thomas was 4 hits away from being prestige. But he is not. He is much longer than that. 4-seam. Bop. Alright. He's gotten his fair share of those, so I can't say anything. The fact that that happened with Frank Thomas versus a lefty is disgusting. But... he's had plenty of those this game, so I shall not comment. Jacoby to center field for a double. Yeah, he fell down. Nice. We take those. Alright. He's pitching pretty disrespectfully, as you guys can tell, which is why I'm swinging a lot this inning. I don't know if he's doing it on purpose, honestly. Chapman's control may just have him leaving pitches over the middle. But he's giving me a lot of stuff to hit this inning. In there, and it's even at 1. Pudge 2 for 3. Can it be even more clutch? I do have Brett on deck, so he could pitch around me here as well. Now a check swing, but he does manage to hold up in time. Ball 3. I would assume this is off speed because he probably doesn't care if he walks me. Sinker. 3-2, full count. It was a get me over pitch though. Gotta be ready for the 4-seam. We were Pudge, 96 speed versus Cobb. We deke him there. We got a slow start around first, though. Thank goodness he threw home. He would have had me. What a disaster. Pudge didn't round first correctly. I don't know if I put the input in too late. That was almost bad. But we knew he had to throw home to get the out, so that's why we went to second. It was pretty much a freebie. And then Brett. Up the middle, base hit. How did that get through? We hit that so weakly for no reason. 2 RBIs for George. They always catch that at shortstop. This guy's actually getting so unlucky. It's insane. Yeah, but since I have the time now, we can talk about that Pudge single. He probably wants to go to a 4-seamer there because I've struggled with heat this game in general. So we told ourselves to speed our bat up and basically sit 4-seam. He threw it to us. We hit a single. The single we hit was to Ty Cobb, who does not have a strong arm. However, we knew we were going to be out if we went home because it was a close play, and I feel like he had us. So we pretended to go home. Correa in the gap. Is it gone? Please get out. Oh, I don't know if I'm scoring on this. Oh, that hit the wall so hard. Dang, bro. So we pretended to go home because we knew he probably had to throw home, and then we didn't punch the second because we knew he probably had to throw home. Letting Leiter hit here is objectively incorrect. We should definitely be pinch hitting here, but like I said, it'd be cool to go Fromber Leiter for the entire game. So we may have just cost ourselves 2 runs there. Hopefully that doesn't bite us. You guys watch these videos to know what is good. Pinch hitting there is the only play, unless you're me trying to do dumb challenges for videos. So if you're doing dumb stuff for videos, then definitely don't pinch hit, otherwise you know how it'd be like. Let's try a curve. Yeah, we love that curve. All right, let's try our new favorite pitch. That wasn't above the zone. That ended up being an accidental dot, though. That pitch was kind of gross. Now let's try to tunnel our new favorite pitch. Please let me drop this in on you, bro. Oh, it was too low. Because he chopped that, we could tell his PCI was above that as well. So let's... He's doing a good job getting this PCI up to the corner there. So let's try to go low for a sec. There we go. See how much information I can get from literally a foul ball? Like, you can just tell by the way he fouled it that he swung over the top, and that going up in the zone again is probably not the best idea, at least for a couple pitches. There's so much little stuff, man. Like, you guys want to make World Series, you guys want to get better at this game. I try my best to explain everything. Like, I know you can watch streamers and stuff, and you just think like they just see ball, hit ball, and they just have all the insane mechanics, and some of them are like that. But for someone like me who does not have that, there's so many little tiny advantages you can get by just paying attention on this game. And that would be a good time for me to plug the if you've made it this far in the video, type in the comments section I'm paying attention, because that's the real lesson here with this episode. So many little tiny things that can add up and give you little tiny advantages, and then eventually you can just break through in a close game. That's very often how I win a lot of my close games, is just finding something, finding some little tidbit of information, finding one tendency that I can exploit in one pitch, stuff like that. You guys can tell I'm really passionate about this stuff. I love this game and being competitive on this game, and I hope you guys can see that. And I hope these videos help you even this far in the year. He just check swung a no-doubt home run. I've been there, bro. This guy's seriously having the most unlucky game I've ever seen. I will take it. Hopefully he doesn't come back in the 9th and get all his karma back. Yeah, 9th inning going to Raleigh. Can't say I hate the move. We are sticking with Big Al for the 9th until things get hairy. Raleigh's a guy I've seen very much over the last 2 years, so I'm usually pretty aggressive when I face this card. That's a classic Jimmy Rollins swing right there. Just goes nowhere. And that's a good point too. Like, if you find yourself comfortable or uncomfortable over certain pitchers, you can always adjust. Like, people say the Brev way is to be patient, take more pitches, which is what I do preach a lot. But if you're really feeling yourself, like your mechanics are good, or you're facing a pitcher that you know you will crush and you have a lot of confidence against, it's okay to swing early in the count, man. You get swings like that. Like, both the swings I've taken this inning have been amazing swings on sinkers pretty much right down the middle. We're not getting the results, but you guys can tell a tangible difference in my approach this inning because I just feel that good against Raleigh fingers. And you may have someone like that for you. And on the flip side, if you feel very uncomfortable in a situation, it might be more appropriate to take more pitches than normal. Maybe try to see the ball a little more, maybe work some walks, maybe get some small ball going, but just seeing more pitches in general. Bro, I really didn't score this inning on all those swings. He robbed me. I really didn't score. Anyway, I can't even complain. He's earned it. Oh no, let's not do this. A little early swing double to start the inning. Alright, let's get Goose up. This is what I'm saying, man. Don't let Don't let all the karma from the first 8 innings come back and let this guy come back in the 9th. We don't need that in our life. I just want to finish the game with Al. Move on with my life. Post a nice juicy vid to the tube. Out number 1. Nice crisp, fresh, juicy vid to the tube. That's what we're trying to do here. You want to put the infield in here because it's really important that you want to keep it 6-1 and not 6-2. I'm just kidding. Don't do that. We obviously take the out for the run here. Sorry I'm being so weird at the end of this video too. It's been a day. I'm recovering from being sick. We got eliminated from ESL today, so we're big sad. So we're trying to counter that by a very meta approach of making jokes. A little IRL meta. So yeah. Sorry for playing dumb and acting dumb in this video, but we get the pop out. 2 down in the 9th. Are we going to keep it to just the solo shot from Trout for the whole game? Are we going to only give up 1 run in a full ranked seasons game on Hall of Fame difficulty in October? Let's get it done, Al. Let's try the 11 pi over 6-4 seam. We're just going to throw it down the middle instead. Swing and a miss. We're the best. Backdoor cutter. Got him? Oh, he crushed it. Alright, well, that guy's going to uninstall after that game, but that was basically textbook opener to starter there. If our bullpen was gassed, if our starters were gassed, if both were true, that would have been the perfect game to throw an opener for. We executed perfectly. I very much appreciate you guys watching today, making it 51.5 minutes through the video. Thank you so much for all your support this year. It truly means a lot to me, guys. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Please drop a like on the video. It helps me. That being said, take care, everyone. Thanks for everything. I'll see you in the next one. Peace.